Welcome back, Budget Gamer fans. Today we're going to start off the week by looking at a short, cheap indie called Sigi, a fart for Melusina. Belladonna. Medusa. Metaluna. A fart for somebody. So, like I said, this game is a short, cheap indie, and it's one of those games that honestly, it's really not that bad, but it's definitely better because of its price. Sigi is a 20-level side-scrolling platforming adventure with a main character who has a bad case of gas. Following her song through the first level, Sigi finds himself his dream girl in a busty blonde mermaid. Navigating his way through the next 20 levels, including 4 boss levels, he must confront a somewhat narrow portfolio of enemies as he jumps over pits, avoids swinging blades, spikes, and makes his way to the end of each level. The main map, looking like it was directly taken out of Super Mario World, gives you a realistic view of exactly how far along you are in the game. But don't let those 20 stops on the map intimidate you, as you can easily finish the game in about a half hour. Though you are able to make use of a broad array of weaponry, ranging from throwing swords to throwing daggers, bolos, and even hurling turkey legs, the difference in their visual aesthetic really doesn't change their attack stats, so you can cruise through any game with any weapon with relative ease. Though the further you make it into the game, more and more enemies and traps will be piled upon each level to increase the difficulty. However, as attacking lampposts as well as any other destructible item in the game, including the enemies themselves, will cause a massive chain reaction, sometimes the more enemies on the screen, the better. To encourage players to invest more time than the half hour necessary to actually beat the game, there are some hidden levels as well as some collectible items, and as such, a crown, shield, and chalice will be hidden somewhere in the game's 20 levels. Boss fights in Sigi, however, even though they are relatively comical, are very difficult in comparison to the actual level gameplay. However, the game developers do make it possible to stockpile extra lives, either through collecting 100 coins or collecting the 4 tiles necessary to spell out the name Sigi. Either one and both of these will give you 1 additional extra life that you can collect as many times as you like as you play through each of the 20 levels. However, if you actually exhaust your nearly endless supply of life cache, you'll be able to replay that level with 3 lives with 3 hit points each. Being able to sock away lives, though, I think was kind of a cheap take at justifying the difficulty of the bosses in comparison to the regular levels. Though, as some of the boss fights are rather difficult, I'm kind of glad they did it. Though if you really do try, you can easily find ways to exploit the bosses as well. Overall, just like I said in the beginning, Sigi is a cheap, short game, so if you're in the mood for about 1 hour of platforming, it might not be a bad investment, but if you're looking for anything deeper or with any real amount of replay value, you may want to move on past this one. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't recommend the game, but it really depends on what you're looking for, and considering that even at the price point of between $2 and $5, there are so many really good indies on the eShop, this one might get just a little bit better if it were on sale. Anyway, that about wraps up the review of Sigi, a fart for Melusina. So if you enjoyed the review or found it helpful, feel free to throw me a like or a comment to show your support, and don't forget to click that little bell icon when you subscribe to stay updated with the latest content. These videos are coming out 2 to 3 times a week, so there's always going to be something new to find. And chances are that if it's new or it's cheap, you're probably going to find it here. So if you're interested in helping me create these reviews or supporting the channel in general, feel free to check out our Patreon page. But anyway, this has been Budget Gamer, so as always, thanks for watching.